everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another little impromptu video. It is another writing video, of course, because those seem to be the ones that are more impromptu than anything else. We are here today. I decided to do a plan with me, plot with me, outline with me, because I feel like I have reached the point in my brainstorming for Project Dream to thus do a little bit of actual plotting, which makes me so excited. So I figured it would be kind of fun to bring you guys along with me. I am going to be using the Save the Cat beat sheet, and I am going to be doing this. How am I going to be doing this? Am I going to do it by hand or going to do it on computer? Might be easier if I do it through Scrivener, because then I can like have each of the beats set up and then go back in and fill them out willy-nilly, you know, that kind of thing. So I think I might do that. I have many things brainstormed. It's not just the one page, it's a fair few. 6 plus like the other day don't know why I'm doing an accent, but we're just gonna work with it. The other day I was doing Abby's character sheets. That was a terrible accent, I'm very sorry. Abby's character sheet. I even like did a little doodle of her. I don't like her eyes, so I won't like bring you close, but the rest of her is fine. And then I did like a basic, super simple, just character sheet type of thing. So like she's 12 years old, her birthday is the 13th of July, and like her nicknames are Abby, Abs, Benny, and AJ, because like her middle name is June, and she's got brown eyes, that kind of stuff. And I have then in Save the Cat, the first chapter is talking about the hero of the story. So it says, why do we care? Creating the story we're the hero. Because with every story you have to kind of start with that hero to get going. Because the character and plot, dynamic relationship, whatever, is very important, because without the plot, the character has nowhere to go, and without the character, the plot really doesn't really have that like potential to change, potential to be influenced. I'm just basically thinking of this as a giant D&D game, which makes sense because like the characters making choices influences where the plot goes, right? So I have to do that kind of stuff. So there's 3 questions or 3 things that you have to kind of think about for your characters, which I did the other day. So you have to give them a problem, a want, and a need. So the problem is the flaw that needs fixing. The want is the goal that the hero is actively pursuing, and the need is the life lesson to be learned by the end of the book. So my plan today, over the next few days, because I'm not that fast of an outliner, I am going to be doing a pretty basic Save the Cat outline. I think I'm gonna try and keep it just like pretty open, so that when I actually start writing this for camp, it becomes a little bit easier and I have a direction to go in, because this is still a pretty new and fresh idea, but I'm so excited about it. I keep thinking about it, and I keep thinking about the tone and all that kind of wonderfulness, and the Bella is joining me. Hey Belle, what you doing? She just loves my guitar for some reason. Every time she comes in here, she sits by the guitar. Anyways, so this incredibly long intro aside, this is what I'm going to be doing for this video. And I'll be bringing you along with me for all the ups and downs, for all the craziness. But first things first, I gotta set up that Scrivener file. Okay, so this is the NaNoWriMo one, which is nice because it automatically sets it up at the top to work for 50,000 words. I really wish there was a way I could put you here. I think I need to invest in like a little standing tripod. I think that would be good. But I think right above this manuscript one, I'm going to add a new folder and make this my outline. Just because then it's there. And I think in this, I'm going to add text. And this is going to be Act 1. Within each of these acts, I'm going to now fill in all of the beats that are in the Save the Cat beat sheet, and I will go from there. So I will update you once I've done that. took me a lot longer than I thought I was going to. It is now 3:17, but I have it all filled in, and as I was going, I don't know if you guys could see in that little time lapse, I ended up actually taking, like, I'm getting little ideas, brainstorming things. So on the side here, there, I just notes, because I didn't want to quite fill it into the actual beat sheet yet. I just wanted to put it in there on the side. Ideas that came to my brain. So this is gonna be fun. It's one of those things that I'm just like, this is gonna take me so long to do. I know that, like, in general, this shouldn't be that long. It should be pretty fast. And I hope it's pretty fast. It's just, I can tell already that the middle is gonna be a little bit saggy, but just in my head that it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to figure out what happens in the middle, because like the midpoint and like where all the actual conflict happens, like the midpoint bad guys close in, all is lost in the dark night of the soul. I need to figure out something for this story that actually lends to that a bit, that's more in Abby's like personal life. I need to tie the bully in a little bit more, so I'm like the notes on the side of the screen, it just have a bunch of question marks now, because like it's just, my brain doesn't want to quite grasp what it is. So it's probably gonna take me a few days to figure this out, but that's okay, because I have until July 1st to really get this pretty much done. I want like a skeleton of a draft, or skeleton of an outline. So that's gonna be fun. I think I'm going to start a little bit now, like with my opening image and that kind of stuff for Act 1, because I do know Act 1 pretty well. Excited to be at this stage, and I'm also now at the point where I'm just like, I really need to do that Percy Jackson reread and create the beat sheet for that, because I just want to see it in action and like really analyze it. So hello friends, it is now a little bit later, hence the next day. I am here in my office, just having broken in to Act 2 with this outline. So Act 1, I have a fairly good feeling about this act. It's not a whole lot going on, but I always have to remind myself that I don't need a lot of scenes in the first chunk of the book, because it's like, what is Act 1? 25% of the book or something like that? Here, let me just set you down. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, okay, so Act 1 is only up to like 20% of the book. So if you think about like a typical middle grade, which is only, well, I think Percy Jackson is a little bit of a overstatement because it's 375 pages, but like, what's 20% of 375 pages, right? Like, it's not a lot. The catalyst happens so quickly, and I have to keep reminding myself that like the catalyst in a middle grade happens within the first few chapters, and it's nice and clean that way with a middle grade, because you can kind of be pretty formulaic about it, and you can do nice, concise, clear things with it, because it keeps everything a little bit more in order. But anyways, that's creepy. Just when I set a book on the end of my piano, there's not quite enough space on that little black platform that it just hits that note, and it's creepy because it's like just holding it there. But yeah, so Act 1 has been completed, filled out. I don't know a good place to put you. If I could only have you like right here, it'd be great. It's fine. I'm just gonna set you there. So yeah, Act 1 is pretty much done. It's just a skeleton of like some scenes that I have in my head and like the direction it's going, which is basically all I do in an outline. Sometimes I go scene by scene by scene, like with Project Dark, the first draft that I did. I had that like mapped out scene by scene. And of course it changed as I was writing it, and it changed again since I've rewritten it a third time, but that's besides the point. This is just a skeleton draft, so I know a skeleton outline, so I know which way I'm going. And it's just simple, and I think it's going to roll pretty nicely, which is really good. So now I'm going to continue into Act 2, because Act 2 is the biggest, the beefiest, and the thick, just like it's the thick of the story, right? Because you have the break into 2, which is a single scene beat, but that's like the only example I can think of is Harry getting on the train to Hogwarts, but like it's fine. It's fine. But it's a single scene that takes that person after they've decided and like shoves them into the new world. So like it's gonna be a little bit different for mine, because Abby, my main character, her catalyst is a little bit different than a traditional catalyst, I think, because I'm going to have her like she's moved to a new town and she kind of hates it. She hates having been removed from her old life. She is now farther from like everything that she knows. And on the first day, that's where we see her. She's moving in, and that day she meets Jack, her next door neighbor, or her backyard neighbor, because Jack and his mom come over with like cookies to like welcome them to the neighborhood, and it's gonna be the most awkward preteen meetup ever. I'm very excited about this, because like, you know, when you were little and you were forced to meet that kid who just moved in, or like forced to meet somebody who like your parents were like, oh, like you're gonna like this person. It's gonna be like one of those things. But then so after that, Jack and her kind of become friends, and he like shows her around the town. And then he brings her to the forest nearby. And this is when we see, this is the catalyst, because this is Abby realizing that the forest from her dreams and her nightmares is actually real, but she doesn't know what to do about it. So it's like the introduction to this new world. It's the shift, it's the change, it's the realization that this is real. So that's kind of like why the catalyst is a little bit different. So then she goes to school, and that's going to be like the start of Act 2, is her actually like her first day at school, and then meeting her friends and all of that kind of stuff. And then I have to bring in that like magical storyline and like weave it in a little bit, which is going to be complicated because I'm not sure yet exactly how to do that. I have bits and pieces. In Act 3, I kind of have sort of figured out a little bit. That's where like the magic completely takes over, and like I know what the issue is and all that kind of stuff in the actual forest, and why Abby has her nightmares, because that's going to be a thing, like why is she getting nightmares. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable few hours at least while watching Critical Role. And then I think I'm going to dive into Percy Jackson and do the beat sheet for this. And I'm very excited to do this because I am so intrigued specifically to see how the middle acts, the second act works in Percy Jackson in action. So it'll be exciting. It's all good. Everything's going well today, and I'm excited about this. So yeah, I'm just gonna get back to this. Hey friends, so it has been a hot minute since I last chatted with you. I don't remember exactly where I got with my plotting last. Let me see. I've also decided, because I keep saying I'm going to do that Percy Jackson beat sheet, I think I'm just going to do that in this video. And then I think I'm going to, whatever that beat sheet I do, I'm going to type it up on a Google Doc and put it in the documents for you guys to see if you want to see that as well. I'll make it a public document so you guys can access it and read it. I don't know if you want that as well. But yes, okay, so I ended up getting into Act 2 pretty far. I'm pretty happy with where I have this going. And I'm at the midpoint just after where the bad guys close in. So that is like the second half of Act 2, because this is after the midpoint, everything that happens then, and like how things start to escalate and the story starts to vamp up, and the All Is Lost, and then the Dark Night of the Soul, and then I have to plan Act 3. But I think before I do that, I'm going to start rereading Percy Jackson and do that beat sheet for that, because I want to see specifically how Percy Jackson is executed in that Act 2-3 zone, because Act 1 is pretty clear in my head for like doing anything. Act 1 is very clear in my head, just in general, not for Percy Jackson, but like just in general, it's pretty clear as to how things go about, and I just, you know, want to see how this works. So I now have it under my arm, and I'm gonna go outside, do some reading. It's a little bit later now, and I'm here with the Lightning Thief, and as you can tell, I've been tabbing it and enjoying it immensely. I'm on page 75, just about to start chapter 6, and I have tabbed all the places that that I believe things are in this book for the beat sheet. Exciting things are happening with the Lightning Thief. So once I am pretty well into this, I will update you again and see where I'm at with my plotting as well. I haven't really done anything. I've moved some stuff around just in the very opening part just to space it out a little bit more, but that's fine, because I was looking at, as I was reading this, I realized how far in the actual catalyst is. If I'm assuming this catalyst is a thing. Is the catalyst when Percy Jackson overhears Mr. Brenner and Grover talking about him in the classroom, or is the catalyst, which is what I think it is, the moment when his mom is taken into the underworld, like when he has to fight the Minotaur? Like, I think that's the catalyst. So I'm editing this video and I've changed my mind about the catalyst beat, as you will see on the Percy Jackson beat sheet below, linked below. I was wrong about the catalyst. I apologize for the beeping. It's my phone. It's my computer. But the catalyst in Percy Jackson is Percy overhearing Chiron and Grover. It is that moment of like just complete confusion as to who he is as a person, and then after that he goes through a bunch of just like deciding what to do, and which is the debate, which I forgot when I was explaining this, because there's the catalyst and then there's a bunch of scenes that are like the debate and then the break into two. So the catalyst of Percy Jackson is when Percy overhears Chiron and Grover talking about him behind his back in the classroom, and then all the things after that between then and Percy's exam, and Percy driving home with Grover, and then ditching Grover, and then getting home, and then doing all that stuff with like his terrible stepdad, and then actually going on the trip. That's the debate. Right? He's trying to figure it out, and he decides not to talk to his mom about it, even though he knows that like she could probably answer a few things for him, that kind of thing. And then the break into two is the scene where all that craziness happens when she's literally driving him to Camp Half-Blood. I do think that the moment where Sally Jackson, that's her name, disappears is a possible catalyst because of how monumental it is and how it affects the rest of the book for Percy specifically, because his goal for the rest of it is to find his mom. So, and like go to the underworld and save his mom basically. So that could also be like a second catalyst type of thing. It's just another thing that's added on to Percy's poor life, and it's what's really pushing him into Act 2. Because I know in that, not in the Save the Cat, but in the like 3 act 9 block 27 chapter outline, there is a moment at the end of Act 1 that is the push into 2, and I believe that's what that is. I just wanted to come in here and clarify that. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure to make those changes on the beat sheet for you guys. But yeah, I was wrong here. Hello friends. It is the last day of June. Tomorrow, Camp NaNoWriMo starts, and I still have yet to finish my outline, and I am gently worried because I also have stuff to do tonight. So, it might be a case of me finishing my outline tomorrow as well, or just like as I go into the story to see how it really like completely fleshes out, but I'm hoping that is not the case. I am hoping that I can get it done. I have a feeling that I will be pretty much done, at least, because I do have Act 3, like the ending, I do have a lot of it figured out in my notebook, but without further ado, I should probably shower, get ready for my day, because this is gross, and I'm meeting my friends for dinner tonight. Shower, outline, finish Percy Jackson as well at some point and put that beat sheet up, and then edit this video, start camp tomorrow. Ah! And just like that, my outline is done! Oh, it didn't actually take me that long to fill in the last half of the book. For some reason, it just worked. It flowed. I got like a little bit more clarification. I had to keep going back into the book and like filling stuff out. So it's done. It is ready for me to start writing, and I'm so excited about this book. Oh, I'm so excited to dive in, find the voice of the story, and just tell the story of Abby and her dreamlings. I am so excited! But that doesn't mean that this video is over, because I still have yet to finish the Percy Jackson book and beat sheet. I started the beat sheet yesterday because I'm over halfway through the book now, and honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably polish it off in the next like hour, but I am leaving soon, so I'll do it like later today or tomorrow. But I have the opening image, the theme stated, the setup, the catalyst, the debate, break into 2, B story, fun and games, the midpoint, the bad guys close in, and that's where I am now. So that's very exciting, and I am ready to keep going with that. So once that is done, and once I'm done reading Percy Jackson, I will end this video and wrap it all up and all that for you guys, and make this available for you guys to see if you want to. I think it's kind of cool to see this story broken down in this way. I am enjoying it immensely, breaking down an actually already written story into this format. It's a lot less detailed than my outline is from my own story, because I'm taking the beats and like fleshing them out a little bit more. Even though I said earlier in this video I probably wasn't going to do that, probably make it pretty vague, but that's not how I work apparently. So yeah, good things, all good things. But yeah, I am so excited to have finished all my acts. They're all done, they're all ready to start tomorrow. Ooh, I can't wait to start writing it. I hope I keep this feeling as I actually start writing it. Hello friends! It is now a little bit later. I don't remember if I've actually updated you today about what's going on. No, I think that was yesterday that I updated you last, when I actually finished my outline. Just gonna update you again because I've finally finished The Lightning Thief. Finally, it's been like 2 days. And I've wrapped up all my beat sheet notes, and I'm very excited to share this with you guys. I think, funnily enough, the part of my outlines that usually bother me the most is after the midpoint into the break into Act 3. Or even really the Dark Night of the Soul, All Is Lost part, because I just don't know how to divvy that up. And when I was reading The Lightning Thief, I had to mark a bunch of spots as like possible big things, but I had to read the rest of the book to then go back and figure out what they were, which is interesting as to why that is the part that just sticks in my head so much. Maybe that's the part that like, as an outline, is just something that my brain doesn't like to understand as much. I'm not sure. But yeah, so it is done. It is complete. I have also done at the very bottom of the beat sheet, if you guys want to go look at it, at the very, very, very bottom, I have why is this a superhero genre, which is something that Jessica Brody does in her books when she explains these story genres. She also has the beat sheets of accompanying novels with them, and then in those she has like, why is this this genre, right? This storytelling genre. And So I did that in this. I am so happy that I've done this, and I'm so happy that I did this because now I have read this. I've seen how it works in like process, because actually a lot of the scenes kind of spread out a little bit. It doesn't really look like it because I use a lot of sticky notes, but a lot of them are like the same beat just multiple times. So like the fun and games beat I did multiple times as sticky notes because that's a multi-scene beat, right? So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and it is officially July 1st, and I have already done my writing for Nano today, so watch out for the Nano vlog. It'll be coming soon, and I hope you enjoy that as well. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to do all that stuff that YouTube tells you to do, and I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on writing.